everyone, and welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Today I thought that I would tie a variant of the silver and silver, which is a good clear water fly. So I will tie it the way I can with my materials. I'm missing a few. Cocktail, body hackle and stuff like that I don't have so much of, so I'm going to tie the fly as I usually tie my flies. But it's tied after the silver and silver, so as close as I can. First, just a medium, clear medium fits tubing, and I didn't have any phosphorescent extra small, so this time it got to be white extra small, and tie the tubes together just like we always do, and tight so that the medium tubing grabs a hold of the extra small tubing. And the first thing I'm going to do is start with a little bit of mirage tinsel in the back. Just tie it down behind the thread, and then you go forward again, so we get it very nicely behind the thread, and lock it in. And now I will tie in the ribbing. The ribbing is sea lice silver SSS braid. So I will start with the ribbing. Just tie that in to about there. And we have the nice mirage tinsel. And as a body on the back, we will also have sea lice silver. So far it's quite original. Just the body hackles and stuff that's not original. And now I start to tie it to cover the thread, and so you see the mirage tinsel well, and just wind my way forward like this, lock it in a few turns, and then I fold it over and lock it in with a few more turns like that. And then I have a mix of sea lice silver regular dubbing and sea lice silver glitz dubbing. So that's what I'm gonna go with. It's very silvery, maybe that's why it's named silver and silver, I guess. I want to get it as translucent as I can. So I think that this is a good amount of dubbing for this fly. I pull it back a little, a few turns in front, and then we take more silver, the SSS braid, which I spin so it becomes a ribbing. Here it's supposed to be a coq leon body hackle, but I don't have any. So this one is going to be without. So let's see if the fish mind. They won't bite this because there is no body hackle on it. Lock it in with a few turns, unwind it, and fold it back, and lock it in with a few more turns, like that. And now it's time for the brush to brush out the silvery dubbing so it gets nice and translucent. It's enough. I hope I don't mess up the focus, because my vice goes here and there. And then we take Angel Hair SSS HD in Sealized Silver, a few strands, and we put them on wide. One turn, fold them over, and 1, 2 turns. And then I can spread them a little more if I'm not satisfied with the width. You can do it with your fingers. And these you cut off short, because you don't want these to tangle in the hook, as always. Like that. Pretty nice spread. And then we start with a natural gray. This is pretty light gray wing. And this hair was very soft. It was the only one I found. But this will swim very nice. So tapering. This is already okay tapering for me. I think it looks quite good. It's hard to see against the gray desk, but it's the first wing, very thin, because it's gonna be like a ghost in the clear river. 4, 5. Check so you are happy with the width, and I am. So just take that, cut away the waist, and cut it as close as you can. Like that. Looks pretty good. And now we take some SSS Angel Hair in the regular one, which is the thinner, the real Angel Hair. Spread it a little bit between my fingers, and then I put it on and try to get this wide over the fly too. 1, 2, and you can have a look. I see that there's not so many strands on this side, so I just take them and pull a bit. Like that. Now I'm satisfied. I cut these off in different length. Looks quite good. And now to the second light gray hair, which also not gonna be so much hair. Comb away the fluffishness I don't want. This is curly and fluffy, but that is very good when you want the fly to be as translucent as possible. So this one we tie on a little bit longer than the first wing, of course, as we always do. So I think a little bit longer maybe. Like this. This is gonna be good. And we tie it in on top of the other wing. So one loose turn and pull down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we check how it looks. I can pull it down a little bit on the sides, like this, so it gets nice and wide. And now the wing is done on this fly. So now we're gonna tie in jungle cock, and they should be about the length of the body. And I will find two that are a similar size. Those were not. These two will do just fine. And I line them up so they're the same length, and then I check a little bit longer, like that. And I take away the strands. I think it's easier to get them to sit good if you tie in the actual feather on top of the strands. I think it's easier to get it the way I want it if I do it like that. And the jungle cock necks are different, so some are easier to tie in than others. And now I want the same length, and I want it to sit on the same place as the other one. Let's see. A little up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So now we take them off. We cut them off. I can't get, there it is. Like that. It got a little messed up, but I will glue it before I try to fix it. Now I'll put on glue here before we end it with a soft hackle and a few wraps of a teal hackle. Like that. And this is going to go up like this. That looks better. And now I will take a soft hackle, and it's a grizzly hackle, and make a few turns in the front here, and I tie it in on my side. Like this, and then my little hackle plier. Try to fix the fibers a little bit before I start. Then I moisten my fingers a little, and then I make the first turn as close to the wing as possible. And hold back the fibers. And then I go a little bit forward with the second turn. Not all the way down, it slipped. Like this. And then the last turn down on the extra small tubing, like this. And then I lock it in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And then I take my little cone that I threw on the floor. There it is. And then I see so the spread is even, and at the same time I untangle the strands. I can make it brush through the wing as well. This is very translucent, so this should be a good clear water fly. I'll fix those later. And now I will try it with a little teal hackle. I have a few here. Try with this one at first. I will try this one first. And then I check it like this. And I take away the strands on one side, because that makes it much easier to tie it on and put it on in place, because it's easier. Then I don't have to fold this rather stiff strands back on one side of the stem, because now we only have, oh, it's gonna slip. No. It went pretty well. Just take them like this. I think I'll make a third turn. I think teal feathers looks awesome in the front of the front hackle. Come on now. There we go. So one last turn like that, and then I just rip away the excess of the strands and I lock it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I pull a bit in the thread. I tie it tightly. And now we will comb the teal feather to see if it's an even spread, and I think it looks quite good. The strands are a little here and there, but after its first swim they will sit perfectly. And the only thing left now is the silver tungsten turbo cone head. And I choose the extra small one, put it on, and I have it a bit away from the thread head, and just use glue on the thread from here on, like this. And then I try to wind this thread on top, all the wraps on top of each other. It's not so easy, but if you're careful and do it slowly, you are close on every turn. And now I will take a little bit of glue and just put it in front for the turbo tungsten cone head in silver. and I hold on to the fly, take Niklas Bauer's pike tube, and I press it down. And I press it down quite hard, like that. Looks okay. Take the fly out of the vise. Sits hard. There we go. And then I blow in the back and look at the spread. And the spread looks quite good. Like this. I think this fly will swim really well. And I hope to fish it in one clear water river in northern Norway. In northern Norway, that was hard to say, the same sentence. I hope to fish it in a river in northern Norway. And then we just burn the extra small SSS tube down, and I'll turn it around, and I will push it in so it gets a good hole. And I can tell you that this fly is very, very translucent, and it will disappear in the clear river as good as possible. Yeah, that's the silver and silver, my variant. The only thing that it's not supposed to be, that it's wrong with this one, is it hasn't the body hackle, and it should be half turbo on the original, and coq de lion front hackle and then teal. But I think this one is looking really good. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you will watch my next film too, maybe. And if you want to subscribe, you just have to press this button here to subscribe to my channel. It would make me very happy. And if you want to see the next film or another film, you can click on this one. Thank you very much for watching my silver and silver.